Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Mania True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. You only live once. You find me today at Camp Forlorn Hope, which is the closest place to begin, the place that we are going right away, and that is, of course, Dead Money, the DLC that's going to be the flipping end of me. Camp Forlorn Hope, easily the closest location. I was maybe thinking about kind of doing some extra sub-quests just to kind of get my level up a little bit before I kind of went into Dead Money, but honestly, I don't think it's that kind of worthwhile. I mean, I'm quite a long way off level 34. There are more perks that I want, but I'll get them. There's plenty of experience going during Dead Money, so I will simply crack on my way, and I'd say we head straight on in. Let's have a look. Just somewhere around here. There's also, you can go from Nelson. That's also pretty close by, but obviously the Legion's not keen on me anymore, so I'm going to avoid them. Here we are. Abandoned BOS bunker. Normally Brotherhood of Steel, obviously. You don't see the abbreviation BOS that often in this game. I wonder if there's a character limit or something. And we are in a bunker, telling us that someone has gone to the Sierra Madre. But things aren't, and there's Sierra Madre post there. There's a woman we will be getting to know a little bit better indirectly. But obviously, the blood splatters, the people with no heads, search corpse. Yes, we've got some microfusion cells, some vodka, some junk food. Jar of cloud residue, excellent, all good stuff on that corpse. It would suggest maybe that this is not just going to be a nice holiday to the Sierra Madre, which is a casino, an old world casino that is opening up. So I left my heart in the Sierra Madre, says the graffiti. Sierra Madre this way, the Sierra Madre underground apparently. Let's go and check it out. So, the Dead Money takes you to an extremely dangerous area in the Mojave Wasteland, a one-way journey until your business at the Sierra Madre is finished. In normal mode, you'll encounter new traps, enemies, and new companions whose lives are tied to yours. Hardcore mode, you'll be fighting the environment as well, a toxic city that erodes health over time. Companions are more vulnerable, and so are you. I should mention, the cloud still will drain your health in normal mode. It's just that only areas of heavy concentration of cloud. Honestly, I think hardcore mode in Dead Money is a mistake. I think it's just not fun in the slightest. I mean, I'll get into my thoughts on Dead Money when we get there, but I'm very happy to be doing it on normal mode. It's still a huge, ridiculous challenge on normal mode. Dead Money is recommended for experienced couriers level 20+. Check. If up to the challenge, continue on. The Sierra Madre grand opening awaits. It has been for 200 years. Alright, let's seek out the radio signal in the bunker. And you can see that there is a radio dead ahead of us there. In fact, it's kind of a bit of a weird kind of old school radio, isn't it? It's almost like the sort that you expect in Bioshock. I've always got a distinctly Bioshock feeling from this DLC. Before we actually head into the radio, we've got this little thing, this little side room over here. So we've got a terminal here. Crack that open and we can access this little kind of fun little side room here, which is, I love this place, by the way. This is one of my favourite little rooms to actually use as a base in New Vegas. I love this little thing. So we've got, someone has clearly kind of made a home here. And you've got all your benches. You've got a cool little thing. You've got a cool little lightning in a bubble thing. You've got loads of books. Dean's Electronics, Dean's Electronics says, oh, the books do not approve of Dean's Electronics. They're all a bit sniffy about, God, I've destroyed the bookcase. An extra repair by 4 there, which is always useful. A bed, a vending machine. We'll be getting used to them again in time, as well as a few other bits and pieces. There's a laser rifle, all sorts of stuff. I just love this room. I think it's really cool. It's characterful. There's lots of fun stuff here, and we'll be revisiting this after we're done. But let's just leave that for now and instead wander straight into Dead Money and approach this radio. And would you believe it's all gone a bit wrong, and I do appear to have been gassed. And welcome to the DLC that will almost certainly be my doom. Fallout New Vegas, Dead Money.
You've heard of the Sierra Madre Casino. We all have. The legend, the curses, foolishness about it lying in the middle of the city of the dead, buried beneath a blood-red cloud. A bright, shining monument luring treasure hunters to their doom. The world's most famous stars and entertainers were invited to its grand opening. An invitation was a sign of exclusiveness. The opening was supposed to symbolize a road to a brighter future, not just for the world, but for all who came to its doors. A chance for anyone to begin again. Except the Sierra Madre never opened. The war froze it in time, like a big flashbulb going off. The grand opening, one big ending of humanity. It's still out there, in the wastes, preserved, just waiting for someone to crack it open. But getting to it, that's not the hard part. It's letting go.
And here we are, waking up in the Sierra Madre.
Are you listening? Good. From now on, when I talk, listen and follow my instructions. Play stupid, play clever. Make the mistake of saying no. That collar on your neck will go off and take your head with it.
So that is Father Elijah. I should probably just clarify for people who are not kind of overly familiar with all of the details of the story of this game. I sometimes skip over subplots. The thing about Father Elijah and the place that we've seen him in the story so far is he was the previous elder for the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. If you go into the history of Helios 1 was it was originally held by the Brotherhood, and Father Elijah was absolutely obsessed with holding it, obviously because he knew about Archimedes 2, the satellite weapon that no one in the Brotherhood or the NCR knew, which is why even though when the NCR were clearly going to be able to take it, Father Elijah refused to retreat from it, and a lot of Brotherhood died, which led the Brotherhood to be lacking in numbers and perform a bit of a kind of the lockdown process that we find them in during this game. Veronica has a close relationship with Father Elijah too. She was I can't remember if she was actually directly recruited by him or otherwise just studied under him, but she had a very close relationship with Father Elijah and speaks about him too. But the main reason that things that we need to know about Father Elijah was, obsessed with technology, former leader of the Brotherhood, but went missing after the disaster at Helios 1, and here he is trying to crack into the Sierra Madre. Now, like most of the DLCs in Fallout New Vegas, there's now going to be a little intro speech backwards and forwards that's going to go on for flipping ever, so I'm just going to skip through it and I'm going to give you a summary at the end of it. So here we are, here in the blood red sky of the Sierra Madre. That's Sierra Madre, a casino up there, and this is the town, the villa underneath it. So here's the situation that we find ourselves in. We have been robbed of pretty much literally everything. I have none of my weapons, I have none of my armor, I have none of my drugs, none of my healing items, none of anything that will give me an advantage. So if I come out of that, we'll see now the very unusual sight. If you've probably forgotten what flipping PD Shoot's face looked like, but that was it. And I'm wearing a jumpsuit, and I've got a rather unusual bit of kit, the hollow rifle. So the hollow rifle you can see there is not a terrible bit of kit at all. It is an energy weapon, damage 46 and DPS 63. Not so bad. The problem is right now I've got nothing to load into it apart from these bulk microfusion cells. So the damage, is 15% lower than it should be. So the gun is already kind of weakened. It's also not in good condition. You can see there that's not perfect condition. So that's not good at all. The other things we interestingly have are we've got quest items. We have quest items. So I've got the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder, but that doesn't work in this DLC. It just will never let you use it. So I can't just escape to Big Mountain, arm myself, then come back here, sadly. And I've also got the camera, because even though the film has been confiscated though, but I do have the camera from Classic Inspiration, because they can't take that off me because it's a quest item. That also ever gives me the Rebreather, which is magnificent. So the water breathing's useless, but obviously an extra 3% damage resistance, well, might just help tip the scales a little bit in my favour. I've got a jumpsuit which has literally no damage resistance and no damage threshold, so right now I've got no defense whatsoever, and the Dead Money Collar. The reason the collar, though admittedly the collar does give me 3 damage threshold, so good for that defending my my neck, is because I'm now wearing a bomb collar, same as the Brotherhood of Steel would put on you. So that can explode if the story-wise, that would explode if I don't do what Father Elijah tells me to do. Gameplay-wise, there are various scenarios where it can start beeping and risk exploding, but we'll get to those when we come to them. So this is the problem I've got then. I've got a not desperately good weapon, I've got literally no damage threshold, and I'm trapped here in this rather hostile environment. This is why this game and this DLC is a problem for me, because I'm going to lose a lot of health very, very quickly. indeed. So, things that I've got to do. I've got to gather 3 people. That's what this DLC is about. Like all DLCs, it is a task where you've got to do 3 things, normally 3 times. So, I've got to gather 3 people to help me break into that casino up there, the Sierra Madre. Currency is also unusual here in the Sierra Madre. Rather than anything else, there's these chips, casino chips are the currency that we're going to be using for everything. So I need to gather these wherever I see them. Basically, I need to get myself set up and going as fast as possible. Junk food, not that useful. I need to get myself set up and in a better shape as quickly as possible. So there's 2 options that I can get. There's a good debate to be had here about where I should start, because of the 3 characters I could go to first, I've kind of got 2 I can go to in mind. There's Dean Domino over in this direction. The thing about him is, 1, he'll give me some advantages if I have to walk through the cloud, which would involve me taking damage. But secondly, and potentially more importantly, there's loads of traps in his area, so I could get myself armed with frag mines, which would be very useful. But the downside of Dean Domino is there are lots of enemies that way, so I'd have to go into enemies where I've not got any armour whatsoever, and my gun isn't in good condition. The other way I could go is to the left here to the police station to pick up Dog and God, a Nightkin. And the thing, that's good in some ways because it would let me get armor, it would let me increase the strength of my weapon, it would let me pick up other weapons. But it will mean when I step out of the police station, I will be in danger when I don't have, and I won't have been able to lay up traps ahead of time to tip the balance in my favour. But I'm going to do that. I think it's the safest option. I'm going to go ahead in this direction. Keep an eye out for fountains. Fountains are where we've got... Ooh. What was that? Did I see something moving at the end there? I thought this particular bit of the area is safe. There's the medical district. That's the place to go for Christine. Obviously, I don't need to be heading there. She's the one I definitely won't be doing first. There's a vending machine. We will get to those in a minute. That's where we spend all the little chips that I've been finding. Aha! Some actual ammo we've located here. Beautiful. Okay, good. We're in better shape now we've found that ammo. And also, down here, first instance of the cloud. So that's the actual thick cloud that will actually, if I step into that, will drain my health very quickly. So obviously, I'm not touching that. I don't dare. They'll also give me my normal microfusion cells back, which will increase the power of this thing quite a bit, which is good. Let's just check that quickly. Yeah, that's up to 54, lovely. So that's 15% more damage like we were discussing before. That is very useful indeed. I will always, unless I have to, I'll be using my main ammo for this thing as far as possible. As far as possible. Right, let's get back into looting here. Have to loot as much as possible. Normally, I'd be a bit more cautious of traps, but with light step, I'm broadly pretty safe. Get as high as you can, you'll generally find ammo. That's obviously less useful ammo because that's shotgun ammo, but never mind. There's a few bits and pieces that we can find for it. Gun cabinet, perfect. That's a good starting point. 9mm, well, it's a bit of a bad gun, but you know, a gun with ammo in it, that will be incredible. There will be points in this DLC where literally just having a gun that has ammo in it will seem like the best thing in the world. Ammo can get really damn scarce in this game. Really damn scarce. Alright, let's just keep touching. Search every single bin. Any single thing might have something that's of use. In fact, actually, I'm just going to take the junk food because I can sell food back to the vending machines later. Now, be careful because I'm pretty sure that's our first enemy up there. But first, let's just finish skirting around here. Chips, pretty much, going to be urgent. I have a slight advantage in the chips. Because the chips, I normally have to, in chips, you'd be using them to buy stim packs as much as possible. Because I can't buy stim packs, or rather there's no point in me buying stim packs, I can spend more of them on other stuff. So I'll be able to buy more ammo, more medex, things like that. So I'll be in slightly better shape, at least. If we find anything useful. Ooh, a lead pipe. Excellent. That's always fun to have. Now, other thing to watch out for. These handprints. These handprints are Dean Domino's stashes, which means you can find decent quality weapons and his stashes. So we've got, they give you ammo, they give you bobby pins, and by the way, you've had your bobby pins taken off you, so that's another thing that we're down on. So we've got those. That puts us in much better shape. We do at least have some weapons and some ammo here now.
Watch out for the villa inhabitants. They're difficult to kill unless you chop them apart. If you can, blow them up or disintegrate them.
And he is not kidding. That is our first sign of a ghost person. So you'll see there that we don't do a huge amount of damage to them. And you probably will be able to see that, unlike usual, headshots don't do bonus damage to them. But you don't really want to take out the head, you want to be going for the limbs. If you take the limbs out, they die. They're kind of like the enemies in Dead Space, I guess. Insofar as, yeah, taking out the limbs is ultimately the way that you put them down. You notice that I'm not doing a huge amount of damage there, even with my hollow rifle, which is my best weapon at the moment. And even though I found some normal ammo for it, so I'm not using the bulk ammo. So we're not in great shape on them, but the nice thing is many of them don't have guns. You notice that guy's clearly holding, I think he's got multiple, yeah, he's got, what is he holding there? Oh, technically his right arm includes his weapon, but he's holding a, yeah, he's got a, I think he's probably got a throwing spear there, so I need to be a little bit careful of him. But in either case, even though they've taken a lot off me, they can't take my perks off me. So though I don't have my weapons or my armor, I do have my perks, which means I've still got very, very powerful sneak attack criticals, and that's pretty much my strategy. I need to be one-hit killing these guys with my hollow rifle as far as possible. Alright, let's go for a limb shot. Let's go for a limb shot. Okay. Good. Okay, we can one-hit kill them. That is good. Oh, but he's unconscious. He's unconscious. He's unconscious. Knife as quickly as we can. There we go. Now he's not unconscious. Now he's very dead. Yes, if it says they're unconscious, that means it. That means that they are not yet dead. That means they're getting back up again. Good. Okay, right. Just need to... Yeah, that's the thing about these guys. They will get back up again if they are just run out of health. They need to be disintegrated. I've got advantages. Obviously, I've got the Bloody Mess perk, which is very, very valuable. For once, it's not just aesthetic and pleasing to watch things explode. In this DLC, Bloody Mess actually has significant value because I can just, yeah, I can use the Bloody Mess perk too. Their limbs are more likely to fly off. It doesn't need to be all their limbs, though. You just need a single limb to come off, I think, and they are absolutely fine. Now that should be all the enemies in this first section, so that's good. I'm just going to loot around in these houses. I'm going to stray off the path. You can probably see there are clearly enemies. There are clearly enemies nearby, so I'm going to be a little bit careful around here, but I'm going to just loot around because I think there might be a few other bits and pieces that I can get in this area. So you see there's enemies close by here, so I'm just going to very quickly get myself some chips. More chips? No? Okay, I'm just going to leave that. Close the door. Don't let them come through. I think they can open doors. I think these guys can open doors, but I don't intend to give them the opportunity to test that theory. So I'm feeling much more relieved knowing that we can actually definitely take these guys out in one hit if we hit them in the right spot with the right weapon. Though obviously you'll notice that I'm desperately short of microfusion cells, and the bulk ammo that again I've only got 21 of is much, much weaker. Now, let's activate the hologram. There we are. There's a hologram. Apparently, these things scare off the ghost people. So I'm not sure if that one's just for show or not, but I will definitely take it. Now, up here is a very good little indication, something that's very useful to note. So you'll notice up there, there's more than one ammo box. Actually, I think there's a couple. Yeah, there's another one at the back there. You can see there's actually loads of ammo up on that balcony. The only way I can get to it is by going through this house, and you'll notice this has the toxic cloud in it, which means I cannot go through this house because the game would normally be assuming that if you were short on ammo, you'd trade health for ammo, and if you're short on ammo, you'd trade ammo for health. I can't make that choice. I've got less flexibility than the game was designed to have because I cannot afford to trade health for ammo because I will never be able to get that health back because of the you only live once rule. So I'm going to have to do this with less ammo than the game thinks I ought to have. And this DLC is already very short on ammo already, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm going to be in even more of a bad situation. I mean, my one advantage is because I also don't have to buy Stimpack. I can buy other stuff more regularly, which is good. I'm sorry I have to discuss mechanics a fair bit during this opening part, by the way. There's a lot of mechanics in Dead Money that make this a very different game. So if you're familiar with this game, you already know these mechanics, so I do apologise for that. So obviously from next week, we'll have kind of got past, I think, most of the mechanics that need to be explained, and we can just get straight back into the normal game. Okay, and with all that done, we can head into the police station. Good, good, good. We're in a decentish shape so far. And there is Dog or God in that cell, but unfortunately, you will not get a word out of him. We're also going to be introduced, if I step forward, my collar is emitting a high-pitched beeping noise. We're introduced to the most obnoxious of all of the mechanics in this damn DLC, which is the radios, radios will mess up your collar. So you need to go and turn off radios. So we've got to turn off that radio. And that radio. And this radio. There we go. And that one's tricky because it's by a desk. So if you accidentally open the desk instead, you can end up in trouble. And one more radio. One of the actual Bioshock style radios there. Lovely, we've now cleared out the radios. Yes, if you don't manage to turn off a radio that's making your thing make a beeping noise when you're in range of it for about 10 seconds, then your collar explodes and that's instant game over. And for me, that's instant run over. These things are... I like Dead Money. I like the ideas behind Dead Money. I love the idea of stripping you of all of your equipment and all of your armor and everything that makes you you and making you start again. I love the themes of it. I love the characters. There's so much I love about this DLC, but they made some bad gameplay decisions. Like, the radios are not fun. The radios are just stupid. Anyway, let's go. We've got another one of Dean Domino's stashes here, which are easier to spot if you don't have your flashlight on. So more things, stim packs, police pistols. Unlucky. Well, not unlucky. These things are random draws. You have a 1% chance of finding a stealth boy, because I've had my stealth boys taken on me, and in each Dean Domino stash, which is randomly generated, there is a 1% chance of a stealth boy. So if I get really lucky, I could get a stealth boy, which would be hugely valuable. There's a locker. Police pistol and Sierra Madre helmet. Beautiful. And more importantly here, we've got ourselves Sierra Madre armor, which means we can go from 0 damage threshold to that's 16 and light, and this is 4 and light. Question is, do I want the rebreather or do I want my helmet? I don't know. Which is better? Which is better? I guess, yeah, for when my damage threshold's this low, an extra 4 is almost certainly more valuable than 3% damage resistance, so I'm going to go for that. So, yeah, this is how we're looking right now. That's good. That's a good starting point, I think. Meanwhile, on the other side of the room, we've got something immensely valuable, which is we've got the police chief's terminal. Hard locked, but that's fine. Ah, lovely. Got that first time. Good, good. Disengage the contraband room lock. So, obviously, what is it that's been confiscated? Why, it's a massive, great automatic rifle, of course, together with a load of bullets for it, which is beautiful. Mentats, not the most useful drug. I'd rather have had some Psycho, obviously. And the vending machine code for Magnum rounds. Obviously, vending machine, I can swap the chips I've been collecting for items. And, yeah, the fact that I've got a vending machine code now is hugely useful, because it means I basically can turn chips into an infinite source of ammo. And ammo is in such short supply in this game. So what else do we have? We've got a grenade box, which is hugely useful. Yep, 5 grenades. That will be... Will I use them? I mean, they are powerful against the ghost people, because the ghost people all have 0 damage threshold. I can't remember if I mentioned that earlier. They've got 0 damage threshold. So that is very useful against them. But it's also very risky, isn't it? Very risky throwing explosives around full stop. But anyway, we've also got something ludicrously more valuable here, which is, if we just go through all this loot, we have, beyond the guy who, the skeleton that died in the cell just out of reach of water, lovely little touch, lovely bit of storytelling there, we have the vending machine code for weapon repair kit, which is hugely valuable, because I desperately need this, this here rifle to be as good as it can be. So I'm just going to quickly loot this place for the remainder of its secrets. Okay, go into this cell. I'm pretty sure there's some, yes, shotgun ammo and binoculars, because obviously. So with the weapon repair kit, I'm now going to, instead of releasing God, I'm going to do something else. Because releasing God will trigger an ambush outside. Whereas if I go back to the central fountain now, there won't be an ambush. I don't think there's an ambush. If there is an ambush, I'm just going to turn around and come straight back inside. No, nothing. Something there, but that was the thing that was already there, I think. Yeah, there is something that way, but I'm pretty sure that was already there. That's not the ambush, that's just... That's just a ghost person who lives through that hallway that way, which I'm not going to go to. Yes, okay. Right, I'm now going to nip back to the vending machine, because I'm now going to trade in all of these chips I've been gathering for those weapon repair kits, which I can now buy. This place can actually function, because once you're later into this DLC, chips become plentiful. Right now they're not. But I'm going to trade all of those for weapon repair kits. And weapon repair kits I'm going to immediately use to get the 2 weapons I've got that are actually good so far up to scratch. So here we are, vending machine. And as you can see, I can now use these to buy... I can buy ammo, but I can only buy, 357 ammo at the moment, which is not that good. But weapon repair kits, that is much, much better. So I'm going to buy 4 of them straight away. So there we are. So I'm going to get my hollow rifle straight back up to strength. So 1, 2, 3 will get that up to strength. And let's get the automatic rifle up to strength 2. So with that, let's look at where we are. So automatic rifle, 42 damage to 262 DPS. And all the ghost people having 0 damage threshold, high DPS weapons work amazingly well. Caravan shotgun is also not too bad as an emergency last minute weapon. 46 DPS at close range if they're charging me. If I have to, it's not bad as a final last resort. Hollow rifle meanwhile is now up to max. Damage 74. And DPS 94. Obviously, I can get it a little bit better yet. There are some mods I can find for it later in this DLC. But for the moment, damage 74 is going to be by far the best thing that I have. So, with those weapons now fully upgraded, I'm feeling much better about... actually, you know what? I'm not feeling much better about that. Because the thing is, that ambush is still going to be tough, even with top-notch weaponry. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm now going to divert the other way. I'm going to divert down to Dean Domino, who's going to be the other direction. Because now that I've got some decent guns, I can head his way and do much better, much more easily. Alright, so now we're heading down to the right rather than the left from where we started. Should mention there is a rad roach around here. He is not, don't worry, he is not that dangerous at all. There we go, he's down, just using the police pistol. There are some rad roaches around. I think they're just kind of there to freak you out because they don't actually do any damage to you or anything. So I feel like, or rather, they're very unlikely to. They're very unlikely to even spot you at the level that you come in here. Your stealth should be high enough to just completely avoid them. So I think they're just kind of there to mess with your mind a bit because you see red on the compass marker and think it's something much tougher. So, another automatic rifle. Beautiful, that's even better. Good, good, good. Alright, well, at least I've got a backup now. I don't really need a backup, quite frankly. But that rifle's going to stay in good condition. Now, obviously, we can just follow the breadcrumbs. Obviously, it's a very sensible idea to just follow the breadcrumbs. And we will find ourselves a shop here, which is always very, very good. This is a hologram shop. He's a bit weird, mind. Hello. You're supposed to look like that. I don't remember you looking like that whenever I've done this before. Right, anyway. We've got the vending machine code for return outfit item. Some more chips and some pre-war money. Some pre-war money there. Some chips there. And some food. Let's speak to you. I don't remember him looking like that at all. So trading in this game is more than a little odd, because you'll probably notice that obviously this guy doesn't have any money, and neither do you. So instead you basically, or you're almost bartering instead. He's got pre-war money here as well as some stim packs. You might want to obviously go for the stim packs if you need the stim packs, but for the moment I don't, so there's not much point in me working with him, at least for the moment. Some clothing, good. Now I've picked up that return clothing and there's items of clothing now, I can trade in clothing for some bonus items which are much more useful to me. That is very good indeed. And also you notice that we've got cigarettes here. I can trade those in with the vending machines too. So there's plenty of things that you can trade in for more useful things at the vending machines. That's kind of what the vending machines are for, in a way, that you can trade in less useful items for more useful items. Now this is a room of toxic cloud. Let's just never go in there ever, shall we? Yes, I think that's a good idea. One thing I should say while I'm looting, obviously, when obviously we left off last part, I had 231 out of 490 hit points of the true health counter. I'm going to slightly penalise myself because a very clever person did point out, actually that was a little optimistic, to be honest, because the actual situation was the damage I thought I took in part 30, Bad Dog, was not actually the damage I took. I thought I was hit by a turret. I wasn't. I was shot by a robot earlier that part. I just noticed it later. But by that point, the automatic health regeneration of 0.66 hit points per hour had kicked in over 3 in-game hours, and I'd restored 2 hit points. So I'm going to deduct 2 hit points from myself. So instead, I'm actually on 229 out of 490 hit points. So, you know, I've already lost hit points here in dead money, even though I've not flipping actually, you know, taken a hit yet. So there we are. That's good, isn't it? That's exactly what we needed to be seeing. So yeah, I'll just quickly show you how the return item mechanism works as well. Just put that gun away. So I can now return this relaxed wear for some chips. And I can return like multiple items here. You can kind of see all these things I can return. So I can return the carton of cigarettes, and I can return the packet of cigarettes too. So this is all good. This gets me loads of chips in a hurry, which is good because chips will be very useful indeed. So with all that done, I'm now up to 181 chips. So when those vending machines start selling something even more valuable, I will be in a very good place to claim it. So that is good indeed. Now, back into sneaky mode for a minute. And if we go around this corner, in a second, I think we'll be coming across another person who... Yep, that's the residential zone. That leads through to Dean Domino. I'm pretty sure we run into another one of those. Yeah, okay, I can see him there. That's his... They released that weird air into the ground there. There's another one. But with my new and improved hollow rifle, I should be able to take this guy out pretty easily, in fact. Down he goes. But is he unconscious? He's unconscious. And that means straight over to a knife and hack his limbs off. Boom. There we go. Now he doesn't have a thing anymore. He's alright. He is pretty much dealt with. Throwing knife spears, for me, not that good. 29 damage. But even if you've got like max melee, I think they're only like 46. They're not that powerful. They shouldn't really ever be your prime mechanism for dealing damage. I just want to keep an eye out for like the side doors that aren't barred shut, because they could all be extremely useful. But maybe leave it for now. Yeah, are we okay? Are we okay? Is this a rad roach in here? No, there's nothing in here. There is, however, rather conveniently, a workbench in here, which is very, very useful. And it's just... Can't close this door. Great. Duct tape, scrap metal there. There's a few bits and pieces that are useful in here, including a wrench. So you've basically been given most of the materials to make a weapon repair kit. Even if you didn't happen to have one to hand, you'd be able to make weapon repair kits here. So that's useful. Thanks to the workbenches, we've got a couple of things that are useful. So obviously, first things first, we can... Oh, no, sorry, it's at the top, obviously, because things that you can actually make go straight up to the top. Weapon repair kit. We can use the weapon repair kit, so we can make a weapon repair kit, which is easy, which is nice. We can also recycle... you've got drain microfusion cells, so we can make some new microfusion cells, which we should keep doing consistently, because now look at that, that's so much better. Now we've got 13 of those cells. Now here's where life gets a bit more questionable. So we can turn our microfusion cells into overcharged cells or max charge cells. So we can convert 3 microfusion cells into an overcharged cell or 5 into a max charge. That would give me more power. That would give me more power, but I don't want to do it yet. And what I do want to do is I want to convert all my energy cells into microfusion cells. Okay, so there we are. So that's... Yeah, so now I've got a lot more ammo for my hollow rifle. And that's really what you want. The hollow rifle is going to be what keeps you flipping alive. So, cosmic knife clean. I need another Braxo cleaner. Is there another Braxo cleaner in here by any chance? I need some more Braxo cleaner if there happens to be any. Is that a Braxo cleaner up top? What is that up top? It's a whetstone. That's completely useless to me. Oh, never mind. I could make a slightly better oh no, there it is. There it is, right there. All right, yes. Another thing that you can do is I can create a cosmic knife clean, which is a bit better. I mean, there's not much point, to be honest, but you know what, why not? So with all of that done, we're in a much better shape. So again, this first part, I apologize, this first part is in many ways all about just desperately trying to get together enough resources to be decent, because when you start this DLC, you've got nothing. So kind of what I'm just trying to do at the moment is I'm just desperately trying to get myself into as better position as I possibly can do, as quickly as I can do. So that's kind of what this part's about. I need to introduce a lot of mechanics, and I need to get myself into better shape. But with this armor and this gun and that many microfusion cells that aren't the flipping bolt kind, we are at least better than we were, which is good. I mean, I hate that horror rifle reloads in this stupid way, but never mind. Alright, let's go through to the residential district.
Picking up signals near your location. Detonators. Watch for traps.
Watch for traps, he says. He is not kidding. This area is full of traps, but luckily with light step, I don't need to worry about them. And in fact, what I really want to do is I want the traps because I want to loot them, because I want to convert them into ammo that I can actually use. So, here we are. What have we got straight away? We've got a Ghost Seeker who's already dead. Don't need to worry about him. He actually is proper dead, not just playing dead. We got ourselves a mine there. And those mines are exactly what we need to be gathering more and more of. I want to be keeping an eye out for everything, really, kind of tripwires, all of that good stuff, because I need as much of that as I can possibly get my hands on, quite frankly. So let's start by once again just ransacking the fountains. There's two ways through this area. There's a bit of a choice, which is always appreciated in a game when it gives you a little bit of a choice. If you have a high enough lockpick, you can sneak around the back way through this gate. Otherwise, you have to go through the trap-infested area here. I'm going to start going through the back way because it's easiest to start from the end and work our way through the trap-infested bit in reverse. There we go. Lovely. Okay, we got ourselves one enemy round here, don't we? Yeah, I totally can see him. We got one enemy round here. Is he floating around the flipping corner? Oh, that's just cheating. That's just flipping cheating if he's hiding around the damn corner. You're not supposed to be around the corner. You're supposed to be in here. Last time he was just flipping conveniently in here. Okay, I was going to sneak around this back way, but if there's Cloud and there's this guy, it's not worth the risk. Alright, fine. I'm just going back the way I came. Alright, we're going to go through this the normal, supposedly more dangerous way, but not really that much more dangerous at all way. Fine, we'll just head up and around in that case. There are enemies along this route, but it's not too bad, really. There we are. Pressure plate. Disarm the pressure plate. Got ourselves some more shotgun ammo here. Rig the shotguns. There we go. Got ourselves... Sadly, you don't get the... You used to get the shotguns in Fallout 3. They changed it in Fallout New Vegas. You only get a little bit of ammo, which I always thought was a little bit disappointing. You just get a single round as well, which is not very much. Not very much for your effort, quite frankly. Now, we've also got disarm the tripwire. And that tripwire would have activated... that must mean there's a grenade bouquet. There it is. There it is. There it is. Grenade bouquet. There we go. Extra grenades. See, lots of traps, but with these perks, not too much to worry about, quite frankly. Now, the question is, how many enemies are there around here? You don't seem... Yeah, this guy doesn't feel close, whoever this guy is. I think he might be in there. I think we're all right for the minute, actually. I mean, no one's technically going to stop you just running straight through the cloud if you want to take the shortcuts here, but, you know, that's not a good idea in general. Activate thing. Like, seriously, I'll probably have to run... I will have to run for a cloud sooner or later, and then you'll get to see it firsthand, but, like, the amount that the flipping clouds rob off your health is just kind of mad. Now, I can see there's an enemy over there, but I'm kind of hoping I might just be able to sneak past him without a problem. Actually, I think I'm heading straight at him, aren't I? Yes, I suspect I am. Is he the only one there? Okay, hang on, yeah, come on, why don't you? Yeah, you can't do much, can you? No, not really. Right, lovely. He's not too much of a problem. Aside from the fact I'm not sure he's dead yet. Now he's dead. You can tell because it will obviously say, it'll only give you the experience points when they're dead, not when they're unconscious, so that's a good way of knowing for certain. Put my nice cosmic knife clean. Another frag mine. Just avoid all of the cloud by sticking to the upper sections. Another pressure plate. Careful of that one. That would have made one hell of... Whew, just even seeing that there kind of gives me the shivers. Seeing the massive explosion that could have taken place shortly thereafter. Yeah, the one advantage we do have over these guys is they're very often armed with just bear traps. The bear trap things. And the bear trap things are not that powerful at all. So on that basis, we're okay. I was hoping there might be an actual skill book there. But no such luck. Now hang on, what does... where does all this go? Nope! Would you believe I don't want to go down that way? I want to stick to the high bit for the minute. Ooh. Well, I don't like the fact that there's smoke visible there. Don't like the fact that there's smoke visible there at all. Because I don't know... What is and isn't cloud is sometimes a little bit fuzzily explained here. Go, 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 go. Ooh, not cloud. Okay, good, 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 good. Obviously there was a tripwire here, but luckily... we are affected by that is affected by the light step perk I've already taken too, so that doesn't matter. We can just skim through here. Where are the grenades? Ah, there they are. Yep, easy to spot with your Pip-Boy light on. But generally, I'm going to keep the Pip-Boy light very religiously off because I just desperately need to, you know, do this properly. Do this properly and don't just run into trouble. Ooh, hollow point. That's actually good. That's actually good. So that means the police pistol will actually be able to do some actual half-decent damage. Okay, I think the game wants me to drop down here because we're past the bit that the cloud's in. So dropping down here feels like that's the right thing to do. Oh, that's not the right thing to do, though. That might not be the right thing to do. Yes. Different gun. Okay, he's... Okay. Yeah, the hollow rifle also does a little bit of bonus residual damage, but I'm not sure he's actually dead yet, so let's just quickly check. Now he's dead. Yes, he was not dead before. That was not dead there. That was definitely not dead. Right. Whew. There's stuff on the wall, by the way. Residue. You can use that to make poisons. If you want to like apply poisons to your throwing spears. That's probably the only way that you can make throwing spears that good is by applying poisons to them. I think other than that, they're just really not that good. The question is, can I... Is this cloud? This looks like it's... I think I can sneak around this way and not be in cloud. Which is yes. Okay, good. We're not in cloud this way. Okay. What else do I want here? Tin cans. Oh, there's something... Oh, there's... Oh. Was that just pop in or was there actually a thing there? Also, I want that frag mine, but I don't want to be poisoned by the damn cloud. No, don't. That was not worth it. Yeah, that was 10 hit points damage I just took because I got greedy and wanted that frag mine. That was 10 hit points damage. That's 219 out of 490. That was stupid. That was stupid and greedy and idiotic. It's never worth approaching the cloud to get anything. One frag mine is not worth 10 hit points, and that's just... Yeah, I'm annoyed at myself. Never mind. 219. Yell at me in the comments for that. Go on, tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. You know you flipping want to. That was, yeah, just there's no scenario where trading 10 hit points under this rule set was the right thing to do for a single frag mine. I mean, frag mines will be useful in the next part, but still, it's not... That was not a good trade. Well, at the very least, I think we're now done with the dangerous bits of this area. We can now head round the corner here, and I'm pretty sure into safety, grab a few more chips en route. Yay, chips. Yep, grab those chips en route, and now I think we can just go up here in a second and say hello to Dean Domino. Just check that he's not hidden anything else around the back here. It would rather be unusual if he had put one of his secret stashes, because his secret stashes, the lore of them is, if he ever has to move around the casino, he wants to be able to have, like, you know, supplies available to him then. But it would also be kind of odd if he kind of hid them, you know, next to his house. So, head up to the top floor, and here's Dean Domino himself.
Have a seat, and then we'll talk.
So, he wants us to have a seat, and I'm sure we can do that. But before we do that, let's just quickly loot the room a little bit. Just double check, there's nothing... Oh, I don't think there's anything else that we want here. So, before I sit down, here's what I do actually love about Dead Money, which is its characters act more than any other in New Vegas, like real human beings, which is you can't just use speech checks on them, and then that just kind of wins them round. Actually, you know what? They're actually kind of... they're subtle and they have personality. You need to understand them. You need to treat them with respect and like normal human beings, because they've got fears and emotions and personalities, and that affects how they deal with things. And they don't always respond well to certain things, and they respond well to others. So let's just quickly take a seat.
The Sierra Madre. Beauty, isn't she? She the one who invited you here? Or maybe you didn't catch her voice on the radio. Woke up confused like some of the others. At least you're still breathing. By the way, don't get up or make any sudden motions, no matter how uncomfortable that chair gets. The cushion's just for show.
So what Dean Domino is obviously implying is you are sitting on an explosive. But the thing is, here's the thing about Dean Domino. Never use speech checks on him. Because he's got such a fragile ego. If he thinks you're like superior to him or showing him up or like showing off to him, he'll turn on you later. The only way that you can kind of stay friends with him and get the good ending with him is to basically deliberately kind of play dumb with him. So I'm just going to say, what are you talking about? Not going to like show him up by pretending I know more about explosives than him or anything. I'm going to deliberately avoid every speech check with this guy.
So, let's keep this sweet and polite and finish our conversation with no misunderstandings.
Seems fine by me. So again, no speech checks. No speech checks. Okay. So Dean Domino's thing is actually he was the guy who you saw in the picture during the intro cutscene. He's actually been here all along. He was the entertainer who was supposed to be here at the beginning, and he's just never left. And part of that's because he still wants to rob the casino. Hundreds of years on, he still wants to rob it. So yes, I like Dean Domino. He's a fun character, and it's nice to hear a British person, albeit a ridiculously OTT British person, in Fallout. So I just need your help to get into the Sierra Madre, Dean.
Good, good. Then we're in business. I may be a betting man, but I like it when the odds are in our favor. If you're here with who I think, then I'd rather have you on my side than his. And it's in the hole. You want to live, I want what's in the Madre. Real simple.
Fine, I'm in, and if that's all, let's head on out.
All right, partner.
So there we are. We've gained what's probably the single most useful perk that we're going to get from our companions here. Unclean Living. This means I can run through the cloud for just a few seconds before I start taking damage. Why didn't I wait until he was in the party to get the Oh. God, I'm not very bright. Right, okay, good. We've got reduced damage from the cloud in general, and we've also got kind of a few seconds before it starts taking any damage whatsoever. Alright, good. Let's just escort him back to the fountain nice and quickly. Now with him, this is now much easier. And obviously we've already cleaned out the ghost people in this area, so this will now just be a very quick and easy run. Now we can just basically head straight through that bit of cloud there, because he will protect us by the time we get there. Just clear out this. Can we just clear out this fountain quickly? Yes, clear out the fountain. Yes, traveling without Dean Domino is terrifying, because even like as you saw earlier, the tiniest step through the cloud and you start taking damage. Whereas now Dean is protecting me from the toxic cloud, and I'm out of the cloud before I took any damage there. He's totally nonchalant about the whole thing. He doesn't mind. So that means I now should be able to just run pretty much straight back the way I came, because I'd already killed all of the guys on my way here. Excellent. In that case, unless anything particularly dramatic happens, I will see you back at the fountain. Uh-oh. I'd forgotten that the enemy spawn in. The enemy have totally spawned in. Dean, do not trigger them. Do not trigger them. I need to get... Uh-oh. Okay, get a shot in. Oh, where are they? Where the flip are they? Okay, retreat. Oh, flipping heck, one's right on top of me. Right. What the? Okay, he's unconscious. That's fine. That's fine. Dean, get back. Dean, get back. Oh, God. Okay, I need to kill that one. I have to kill that one. Then I'll deal with the other one. I'll deal with the flipping other one in a second. And... there we go. He's down. Where's the other guy? Where's the flip's the other guy? Oh, Flippy's right outside the door. Dean, how you doing, man? There we go. Oh, God. Right, just finish him off. Okay, he's unconscious but not dead. Unconscious but not dead. Right, and cake his legs off. He is now dead. Yeah, leg apparently stops him getting back up again. Okay, I'd forgotten flipping those guys come back in. Yeah, I'm going to have to partly suspend the no companions rule, by the way, for this DLC, because, like, you pretty much spend the entire time working with, you pretty much spend the entire time just working with these guys. So, yeah, maybe a third. Oh, I'd forgotten about the flipping. I'd forgotten there were flipping these things here. Yeah, I'd forgotten they would go into the fountain. Yeah, because you spend a good half to 2/3 of this DLC escorting or otherwise travelling with characters, I'm just going to kind of accept that I'm working with them and have them be part of the process. But, okay, good. We've got character number 1, and I think you can, let's just talk to you and send you back to the fountain. I mean, you're already at the fountain, but never mind. We have got our first person by the fountain. Next time, I think we will gather the other 2. We've taken only 10 hit points damage, which is not a bad starting point. Those 10 hit points damage are entirely because I'm a bloody idiot who made a stupid decision. And that will probably be the end of me in general. So yes, there we are. That is the beginning of the utterly terrifying Dead Money DLC. And it's only going to get worse from here on in. How much ammo did I just waste, by the way? Oh, I wasted a lot of ammo in the automatic rifle as well at the end there in my panic. Alright, fine, yes. Good. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the beginning of Fallout New Vegas. Dead Money with one person by the fountain. It's a good DLC, but my god, it's going to be terrifying. And if I can make it through this one, that will be an absolute miracle. Lovely blood red sky. So next week we will carry on. Meanwhile, I've been doing lots of stuff this week. There's been lots and lots of lovely stuff this week. Kind of so far this week, I've covered like 3 games I've never had done on this channel before. So lots of fun, interesting stuff. Why Not Wednesday came back on Wednesday. I looked at Rage, which was pretty good actually. On Friday, I looked at a random thing from my Steam library, Megabyte Punch, like Smash Brothers, but a platformer, and you can attach robotic pieces to your penis, so you should totally look at that. And I just started my new Saturday series to replace the awful Resident Evil 6 with Murdered Soul Suspect, which had bad reviews, but I kind of liked it actually. So yes, all of those 3 annotations on screen right now, descriptions as well. There will be a link in the description below. But yes, there we go. That is Fallout New Vegas, You Only Live Once, reaching Dead Money, and we will crack on next week. In the meantime, I've been John Spin, many a true nerd, and this has been Fallout New Vegas. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Down, 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 get off it. Just hop off. Oh no, that was wrong! I would untie and save you, you understand, but there is a hovercraft. I really hope the bear's not still around. The bear is still around! The bear's still around! The bear's still around! Good news, guys! Elephants here! Hey!